the Edgar Wildcats in the Stratford.
And good afternoon, and welcome to Tiger Stadium here in Stratford. You're watching Zaleski Sports, and we've got a big one here in the Merriwood Conference this afternoon. As the Stratford Tigers coming in with a 7-2 overall record, 4-1 in conference, taking on the Edgar Wildcats, who are 10-3 overall, 5-1 in conference, and a battle for second place here as Auburndale leads the Merriwood Conference South with a 5-0 record. Edgar 5-1, Stratford 4-1, Marathon 3-3, and Assumption and Newman 0-6. And we are going to have the national anthem at this time. And the national anthem done by the organ player here at Tiger Stadium. Great job. And again, the Stratford Tigers have not played since last Tuesday when they got beat by Auburndale 2-0 here at Stratford in a great pitchers duel between Drew Gage and Blake Rabb, where Auburndale came out on top 2-0. And the games that were, the second game was rained out on Thursday, and again, it was rained out on Friday. So that game will now be played on this coming Friday at Auburndale, and we will be bringing that to you live from Auburndale's field. And also, Auburndale has a big contest with Marathon tonight and Thursday. So a loss there by Auburndale could really make this race really, really tight. As I mentioned, Auburndale is leading with a 5-0 record, 8-0 overall. Edgar is 10-3 overall on the season, and 5-1 in conference. The starting lineup for the Edgar Wildcats: batting first and playing second base, Lucas Stanke. Batting second and pitching, Jace Apfelbeck. Batting third for the Wildcats and playing center field, Dakota Ellenbecker. Batting in the cleanup spot and playing shortstop, Leighton Schott. And batting fifth, the catcher, Gavin Maurer. Batting in the sixth spot for the Edgar Wildcats, the third baseman, Sawyer Weiland. Batting in the seventh spot is the first baseman, Fletcher Weiland. Batting in the eighth spot is left fielder Brock Maurer, and batting in the ninth spot, the right fielder Will Hackle. For the Stratford Tigers, coached by Drew Spaeth in his first season here at Stratford. Leading off for the Stratford Tigers and playing center field, Jack Tubbs. Batting second and playing third base, Vance Kielman. Batting in the three spot and playing at shortstop is Riley Spindler. In the cleanup spot and catching, Brady Berg. Batting fifth and playing first base, Jagger Orman. Batting sixth and playing right field, Matt Shamefus. Batting in the seventh spot, the DH, Christian Ream. He is DHing for the second baseman, Colton Hope. And batting eighth and pitching is Drew Gage. And playing left field and batting ninth, Jack Remus. Today's starting lineup was brought to you by Country Wireless. Attention Stratford area residents. Country Wireless now has blazing fast service for your connected house. Streaming, gaming, movies, TV, and more is now better than ever with Country Wireless. with download speeds of up to 100 megabytes per second. Now is the time to visit countrywireless.com and get blazing fast internet with Country Wireless. And leading off for the Edgar Wildcats, here from Tiger Stadium, will be the second baseman, Lucas Stanke. And we'll take a look at what Lucas is hitting on the season here. Left-handed hitter. And Lucas is hitting .412 on the season as the next pitch comes in. It's a ball. As Gage relies on that fastball. He asked me, how fast do you think? And he gets a walk.
Now batting number 5, Jace Appleback.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, 1 2. And we're back. And now batting is Afflebeck. He's got a 1-1 count here in the top of the first inning. And foul ball. Still off. We're on. We had a little technical difficulty there. We want to apologize. We are still in the first inning. We've got a 1-2 count on the number 2 batter as Lucas Stanke worked a walk and a ground ball over to third and over to first. In time, double play for the Stratford Tigers. Great play by Riley Spindler as gets Stanke at second on a 6-4-3 double play as it wasn't even really close. It was, I would say, a good step getting Afflebeck. So Stratford gets out of that one here. And with nobody on, bringing up the number 3 hitter, the center fielder, Dakota Ellenbecker. Ellenbecker, a right-handed hitter. And the first pitch comes in down low. As we're going to have to wait a little bit on this umpire because he does have a delay strike call. As Ellenbecker hitting .406 on the season for the Edgar Wildcats. And pitch upstairs by Gage. And works the count 2-0. 2 down here in the top of the first inning in a big game here in the Merriwood Conference South. As Stratford is in third place, Edgar in second, Auburndale on top, and Auburndale playing marathon this afternoon. And the next pitch comes in at the knees for a call strike. 2-1 count now on the center fielder, Dakota Ellenbecker. Gage working out of the stretch, and the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 count. Beautiful day for a ball game. Few puffy clouds out there, but right around 82 degrees. Boy, we've been waiting for this for a long, long time. And a swing and a miss, and that's a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. And call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. So for the Edgar Wildcats in the top of the first, they no runs on no hits, no errors, and no one left after a half inning of play. It's the Edgar Wildcats, nothing, and the Stratford Tigers coming to bat. And you are watching Merriwood Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Here at Tiger Stadium, very quick commercial there. Caught me sleeping a little bit here as warming up for the Edgar Wildcats is Jace Affelbeck on the mound for the Edgar Wildcats today. Edgar's got a little advantage. They did get their game in on last, I think it was, let me see here. It was last Thursday, I think. Thursday or Friday as they played Wausau Newman. They did play on Thursday against Newman Catholic and defeated Newman Catholic 13-0. So, and the Tigers, as I mentioned, with that rain that we had, and now it's kind of backed up here. 2 key games this week with Edgar, and then on Friday, the game that we'll be broadcasting from Auburndale. Big game there as a must-win. In fact, all 3 games here with Stratford are must-wins to contend for that conference title this year. So to repeat the championship in the Merriwood Conference, Marathon with 3 losses, it'd have to be a big miracle to contend for the conference championship, but they could be the spoilers. Leading off for the Tigers here in the top of the first inning, the center fielder, Jack Tubbs. Jack having an outstanding season as he's hitting .353 with 1 home run and let's see, we've got 5 RBIs, but his on-base percentage is just phenomenal at a .645. As the first pitch comes in for a ball, Affelbeck out of the mound, out of the windup, and pitch way upstairs for ball 2. 2-0 to center fielder Jack Tubbs. Affelbeck getting signed from Mauer. And wind up, and the pitch way high. Affelbeck not even close with the first 3 pitches that he has thrown to Jack Tubbs. And once Jack gets on, he is a base threat as he has, he has 19 stolen bases on the season. And the pitch upstairs, ball 4, and Jack gets on in 4 straight pitches to start out the first inning here for the Stratford Tigers, and bringing up the third baseman, Vance Kuhlman, as Vance is hitting .250 on the season. He has 5 RBIs. Right-handed hitter. Tubbs with about a 4-step lead and squares the bunt, and Kuhlman takes a call strike. One of the umpires today, very familiar, is Derek Freeman. Darren and I worked many state tournaments, Legion state tournaments, way back when I was umpiring. That's 21 years ago already that I've been out of umpiring, but Derek, a seasoned veteran. And a bunt, and going foul as Affelbeck, coming off the mound, lost his balance there, and he's walking okay. So as Tubbs heads back to first, and Kuhlman heads back to the plate with an 0-2 count. So he'll be swinging away here as Tubbs gets a very big lead out there. And he's got about a 4, maybe 4.5 step lead. Pulls another half step. Affelbeck. And a shot to short. Out at second. Out at first. Beautiful 6-4-3 double play. As Leighton's shot, throw it to Stanky, and Stanky over to Weiland for the 6-4-3 double play as Taylor made, as both teams now have double plays in this contest, and we're just in the first inning. And bringing up the shortstop, Riley Spindler. Riley having an outstanding season. We're hitting .458 on the season. He's got 16 total bases He's got 9 RBIs and had a big home run earlier this season to win a ball game. And a shot out to center and base hit for Riley as he rounds first base. As Riley will increase his batting average here with a first pitch single out to center field. And bringing up the catcher, Brady Berg. Another all-conference selection from last year. Brady hitting .395 on the season. And actually, he has only struck out once this season, and he has 9 RBIs. Left-handed hitting Brady Berg. Brady, as I've mentioned through the season, a couple colleges looking at him. Brady's got one more year yet. He's only a junior. And a pitch, and Spindler taking off, and Mauer has problems hanging onto the ball. Behind the plate, Spindler will get credited with a stolen base. And let's see, Riley now has 10 stolen bases on the season, as the first pitch was a ball. Afflebeck out of the stretch. And the pitch. And a ground ball to first. And Weiland runs over, steps on the bag for out number 3. But the Tigers get no runs on 1 hit, 1 walk, and a stolen base, and 1 person left. After 1 inning of play, it's the Stratford Tigers, nothing, and the Edgar Wildcats, nothing. And you're watching Merriwood Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Nuts Deep 2, a Marshfield favorite for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Soup, salad, pizza, omelets, sandwiches, wraps, and burgers. How about appetizers like loaded tots and super nuts nachos? 14 large TVs to watch all your favorite games. Plus, entertainment and event space for groups large and small for your upcoming parties. Nuts Deep 2 again, awarded Best Burgers and Fish Fry in Marshfield. Nuts Deep 2 on South Central Avenue in Marshfield and Nuts Deep 2 North in Spencer.
And we're back here at Stratford, and I mentioned Stratford's schedule this coming week. Edgar has Stratford again now on Thursday, and on Friday they will be heading up to Phillips for a non-conference contest against the Phillips Loggers. And then next week they've got a tough schedule also, with going to Auburndale on Tuesday, May 13th, and then at Edgar on Thursday, May 15th, as the Edgar Wildcats and the Auburndale Eagles will be clashing. And like I said, it all depends who wins, who loses this week, how shuffle that standings can get in the Merriwood South. Leading off for the Edgar Wildcats
Leading off the second inning
will be
Wildcats, number 9, Leighton Schuett.
as the shortstop, Leighton Schuett. As Tigers had a double play in that first inning. And call strike on the inside corner, right at the letters. Seen a lot of double plays. In fact, did the Loyal Columbus game on Saturday, and laying down and making a diving catch is Brady Berg. It was up in the air just long enough that Brady could dive for it and make a great catch in foul territory for out number 1. Bringing up now the catcher, Gavin Mauer, as we'll see what Gavin is doing on the season here, as Gavin's hitting .188 on the season. He's got a 300 on-base percentage for the Edgar Wildcats. Right-hand hitter, hitting out of the number 5 spot for the Cats. Gage working out of the stretch. And a fly ball out to right field. And circling just a little bit as the wind catches that. The wind coming out of the northwest there is the right fielder, Matt Shanefoos, makes the catch for out number 2. Now bringing up the third baseman, Sawyer Weiland.
Number 23, third baseman, Sawyer Weiland.
And Sawyer hitting .281 on the season and on-base percentage of just about .400. Right-handed hitter. And the pitch right down Main Street for a call strike. As Edgar has actually 3 home runs this year. And a ground ball back to Gage. Gage steps, throws, and for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 for the Cats as they go down. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. And after 1.5 innings of play, it's the Edgar Wildcats nothing and the Stratford Tigers nothing. And you're watching Merriwood Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
And we're back here at Stratford as the Tigers are done grouping outside their dugout here. Getting a word of encouragement from head coach Drew Spaeth. Drew, a former UW Stevens Point Pointer. Saw him pitch a little bit when I was over at UW Stevens Point. And the Stratford Tigers will be leading off with the first baseman, Jagger Orman, followed by Matt Shanefoos, and then Kristen Ream, who's DHing today. And we'll see what Jagger is doing this season. Jagger having a real good season, hitting .291. With 13 total bases, he has 9 RBIs. So their number 1, 2, 3, and 4 hitters pretty much right around that 10 double-figure mark of RBIs, as the Tigers love to steal bases. They are hitting .316 as a team. Their pitching staff has an outstanding 1.17 ERA this season. And as I mentioned, Jagger Orman up, takes the first pitch, down low for ball 1. As pitching-wise, as I didn't give you the stats on Drew Gage, but Drew is, let's see, Drew is 3-1 on the season. That one loss coming against Auburndale last week. He's pitched 20 2/3 innings, given up 10 hits, 3 runs, none earned, so he's got an ERA of 0.00. Has 6 walks, struck out 27, and so with the one that he had back in the first inning, we'll give him 28 now. 3-0 count to Orman. And a call strike right on the outside corner. 3-1 count for the first baseman, Jagger Orman. Working out of the windup, Affelbeck. And a call strike, 2. As Orman steps out of the box, looks down at Coach Schmidt down there. He says, go up and swing. And fouls it off into the net. Count remains 3-2 here in the bottom of the second inning. When these two teams meet, it doesn't matter what sport it is. If it's football or basketball or track or softball. I mean, it's a battle between these two teams. In fact, the softball team is going on right now, and we'll get a score from them in between innings. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, as Affelbeck picks up a strikeout. That is his, let's see. That is his 26th strikeout on the season. He is second in strikeouts on that pitching staff. Stanky leads with 33. And bringing up the right fielder, Matt Shanefoos. So 1 down. And the first pitch comes in for a strike. Shane Foos squares the bunt and lays one down in front of the plate. Mauer jumps out and gets Shane Foos by a step and a half. So 2 down as Shane Foos tried to bunt his way on for a hit. Reminds me a lot of going back to some of the old ball players in the major leagues like Pete Rose or Paul Molitor trying to bunt for a base hit. I know Molitor had quite a few during that 39-game hitting streak, had quite a few bunt singles to extend that hitting streak. Now up for the Tigers is Christian Ream, the DH. Christian, pitching-wise this season, is 3-0. And most likely the Edgar Wildcats will see him on Thursday. Their third pitcher, Brady Berg, who's had an outstanding season on the mound also. In fact, Brady has made 6 appearances already this year, and he's 1-0 with a save. And he's pitched 14 1/3 innings. So 3 good pitchers on this Stratford staff. Fly ball out to right field, and charging in and making the catch is Will Hackle for out number 3. The Tigers go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the second inning. So score remains 0-0, and it's brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Over there, Stratford Tigers are leading 4-2 against the Edgar Wildcats in the second inning over there. So we're just about the same. They're in the second inning, and we're in the third, top of the third here. Very fast ball game as the Stratford Tigers have gone through 7 batters, while on the other end, Drew Gage has faced the minimum here with 6 batters. And coming up for the Edgar Wildcats will be first baseman Fletcher Weiland. And Fletcher on the season hitting a very impressive .467, leading the Edgar Wildcats in hitting as he has 8 RBIs and 16 total bases. He's got 2 doubles to his credit, but hitting out of that 7 spot for Edgar and hitting a very outstanding .467 as he fouls off the first pitch. Drew working out of the stretch. And the pitch. And a call strike right at the knees for strike 2. A lot of pitchers have been pitching out of the stretch. Better control, less motion. And Gage with the next pitch. And fouled it off. Count will remain 0-2. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. As Fletcher gets back into the box. And Gage with the delivery. And a check swing strike. And that's a Jamie Wenzel Surf Pro strikeout for number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration, called Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro like it never happened. Coming up now, Brock Mauer, the left fielder, as Brock has 27 plate appearances with 5 hits. He's hitting .185 on the season. Right-handed hitter. And pitch upstairs for a ball. Marshfield Dairy Fest is May 30th and 31st. Check out and visit marshfield.com for all the details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend at Dairy Fest. I'll be doing most likely a Chaparral game that weekend also. The Chaps will be in town. The Chaps start their season this Sunday against Rhinelander at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. So come out and watch a little adult baseball. And it's supposed to be a beautiful, beautiful weekend to sit at the ballpark as Maurer takes a call strike. And the count now 2-1 on the left fielder Brock Maurer. Gage just inside as Brock gets out of the way from possibly being hit. 3-1 count now. This is actually the deepest any batter from Edgar has gotten. And down low, and a ball 4 to Brock Maurer, as that is actually the second walk by Drew Gage in today's contest. Bringing up the right fielder, Will Hackle. And Will hitting .389 on the season. He's 7 for 18, and he's got actually 7 RBIs, which is very impressive out of the 9 spot. Left-handed hitter for the Edgar Wildcats. Usually you don't see a number 9 hitter with that many RBIs, but Will has done a nice job for the Cats. And squaring around, and Brady was thinking about throwing down the first and goes out and talks to Drew Gage. When buying or selling, Brock & Decker Real Estate is the team you need by your side. Brock & Decker has all the tools you need to feel confident in selling or buying. Call Sammy or Sue today or visit them on North Central Avenue at brockanddecker.com and like them on Facebook. As the conference is all over, Brady heading back behind home plate, and heading back to first is Jagger Orman. And the 1-1 count on the right fielder, Will Hackle. And squares around and bunts, and great move by the third baseman, Vance Kuhlman. Kuhlman was thinking about picking it up, but he thought, maybe we'll get the roll, and it did go roll foul. So everybody heads back to their original stations as Maurer heads back to first and Hackle back to home plate with a 1-2 count now on Will Hackle. Gage gets a sign from Berg and bounces one in the dirt, blocked nicely by Brady. Just got to Stratford's Legion schedule just this last week, and the runners-up in Class A last year, American Legion, Stratford Tigers, will be broadcast this year, as we'll be covering Stratford Tigers. They have, I want to say 7 or 8 home games this year, and they're on the road quite a bit. But it'll be nice seeing them this year. And they got pretty much everybody coming back. I know Zaleski's had eligibility. Schmidt's got eligibility. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that is a Jamie Wenzel Surf Pro strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. And that's the 3rd strikeout now for Drew Gage. And we're going to head back to the top of the batting order for the second baseman, Lucas Stanke. Lucas walked first time up, but was retired on a double play that Chase Affelbeck hit, and was tailor-made double play by the Stratford Tigers. Gage working out of the stretch. The left-hand hitter, and a ground ball to Haupt over to first in time for out number 3. For the Edgar Wildcats on the top of the 3rd, no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. After 2.5 innings of play, it's the Edgar Wildcats nothing and the Stratford Tigers nothing. And you're watching Merriwood Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
And we're back here at Stratford, and the boys' poll came out last week, and the only one in Division I that's really mentioned is honorable mention was DC Everest. In Division II, there's nobody in the area. In Division III, there is Stratford is ranked 6th. They may drop a little bit, and Auburndale may rise as honorable mention. Auburndale was honorable mention, and Wittenberg-Burneywood was number 12, and in Division IV, the Pacelli Cardinals are 10-2 and ranked number 4. The Pittsville Panthers are 8-3 and ranked number 6. Columbus Catholic is 9th. They will definitely drop out as they are right now on a 3-game losing streak. They lost 2 to a very fine Loyal ball club, and Loyal received honorable mention, so they will move possibly into the top 10 this coming week. Also receiving honorable mention was the Edgar Wildcats and Rib Lake and Rochelle. So good representation by the teams here in Central Wisconsin. And up for the Tigers is the pitcher, Drew Gage. As Drew hits one to second and throw over to first, and plenty of time. As Drew takes the first pitch and grounds out to Stanky at second. And bringing up the left fielder, Jack Remus.
Number 10, Jack Remus.
And Remus.
Number 21, Jack Remus.
And Remus is, let's see on the season here. Jack hitting .222 on the season. And a ground ball over to second. And Stanky very busy here, as that is the third ground ball or third play that he's been involved in here. He was in part of that double play back in the first inning, and now back-to-back ground balls to Lucas Steinke. And back to the top of the batting order for the Tigers, and Jack Tubbs. And Jack hits one out to left field, and it's over the head of Stanke. And Jack Tubbs goes in standing up with a double for the Stratford Tigers as they are threatening here in the third inning.
Number 3, Vance.
That is Jack's second double on the season. And Vance Kuhlman, the third baseman. Vance hit into a double play back in the first inning. Kuhlman takes a call strike at the knees. Affelbeck gets the sign from Maurer from the stretch. And the pitch. And a pop-up to the second baseman. And out number 3. For the Stratford Tigers in the bottom of the third, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. After 3 complete innings of play, we have no score here from Tiger Stadium in Stratford. And it's brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hello, I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor, Next Home Hub City. If you're a first-time home buyer or seller, or you've been around the block, because of my experience, I'm able to help you in the most efficient way. I'm a full-time, full-service realtor. I focus on my clients 100%. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
And we're back here at Stratford, where we have no score, and we are in the top of the 4th inning already, and this game moving right along. In fact, this game is about a half hour old, And we are in the top of the fourth inning as both clubs up there swinging and hustling on and off the field here. And coming to bat for the Edgar Wildcats, leading off will be the pitcher, Jace Affelbeck. Jace grounded out to the second baseman back in the first inning. As Gage has faced only 10 batters, he's one over the limit so far.
Jace Appleback.
And Jace, he happened so fast when he had that ground ball. Didn't give you a chance to tell you how Jace is doing on the plate. And he takes the first pitch and fouls it off. And Jace is actually hitting .429 on the season. He does have 1 home run, 22 total bases. Leads the team with 13 RBIs. So all conference selection from last year. Jace Affelbeck, very fine athlete. And a pop-up, one hopper, and a kind of a check swing pop-up that Hulp could not get to, and that will take care of, I was always afraid to say spoil the no-hitter, but that will be an infield hit.
Next up to the plate, number 6, Dakota.
And bringing up the center fielder, Dakota Ellenbecker. As Dakota struck out to end the first inning. Gage working out of the stretch. And a shot out the left. And making the running catch is the left fielder, Jack Remus, for out number 1. Just a line shot out there that Jack had to get on his horse there to make that. Those are really tough plays when it's a line shot like that to get over there. And he had to go, I'll bet you, a good 15, 20 yards in order to get to that line shot. So great play by Jack Remus for 1 down here. And a ground ball. The shortstop to Haupt. And safe at first. So the Tigers get the force out at second. As Haupt just not enough on the, and shot gets on base with a fielder's choice. And bringing up the catcher, Gavin Maurer, who flew out to the right fielder back in the second inning. As I mentioned, both teams pretty much swinging at the first or second pitch. And a call strike. Great breaking ball by Drew Gage. The Edgar Wildcats with 1 hit. That was by Affelbeck here in the 4th inning. And the Tigers with 2 hits. And fouling it off by Maurer. 0-2 count with 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. From Tiger Stadium. Not in Detroit, but in Stratford. And from the stretch. And fouled off to the right-hand side. As an Edgar ball player runs out of the dugout there to get that ball. Very short lead at first by Schott. Drew. Pitch inside, just brushed him back just a little bit. And the count now 1-2 on Gavin Maurer, the catcher for the Wildcats. And holding up, the umpire says no, he didn't go. Ball was in the dirt, stopped nicely by Brady Berg. And Brady just being cautious, just in case he did go, put the tag on him. And a ground ball to Spindler. And Spindler steps on the bag and hurdles the sliding shot into second for out number 3. For the Edgar Wildcats, they come up with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. After 3.5 innings of play, still no score here from Tiger Stadium. And it's brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
And we're back here at Stratford. And, just around the corner will be tournament time. And the regionals this year start June 3rd and Thursday, June 5th, with the sectionals on Tuesday, June 10th, and the state tournament on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of June at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadiums in Appleton. And looking at the assignments here, that Stratford will be in that lower bracket of the Augusta sectional, while Edgar will be, where did I see them? They may be over in, yes, they are over in Division 4, and they'll be in a very, very tough area. The sectional of that one will be in Athens, as Loyal is in there, Rib Lake is in there. They've received some nomination. Athens, Clear Lake, Eau Claire Memorial in there also. So tournament time just around the corner. And leading off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The only threat was last inning was when Tubbs had the double with 2 outs. And up now for the Tigers, the shortstop, Riley Spindler, who has the other hit for the Stratford Tigers. He had that hit back in the first inning, plus a stolen base, but was left stranded at second. That's twice in this game that Stratford has left a runner at second base. Fly ball out to right field. And coming in and making the catch is Will Hackle for out number 1. Bringing up the cleanup hitter.
Now up number 4.
The catcher, Brady Berg. Brady grounded out to the first baseman back in the first inning. As both pitchers just cruising right along here. Left-handed hitting, Brady Berg. And a call strike right down Main Street. This umpiring crew has worked together for, I think, Derek said, I want to say 6 or 7 years together. So they were just got done doing a tournament over by Waupun just this last weekend. 0-2 count on Brady Berg. Affelbeck. Whoa, let that one go. That was over everybody's head. Back to the backstop. Backstop very close in this ballpark. Usually in the small schools, you see a lot of that. I mean, even Stevens Point at Buchholz is very short also. So you got to be on your toes to take off on a wild pitch or a pass ball or even a stolen base. But not really much room to go back for a catcher or a third baseman or a first baseman to make that catch. Go to Marshfield, and I mean, you've got enough acreage there to build, make second and third crop on. So that's sitting there. But very nice ballpark here at Stratford. And a fly ball. And out of play over by the batting cages. Count 1-2 on Brady Berg. As Brady gets into the batter's box, Jace gets the sign from Mauer and the pitch and goes back to the backstop. Stratford with a 7-2 overall record and 4-1 in conference. And the Edgar Wildcats 5-1 in conference, 10-3 overall. And a call, strike 3, as Brady gets caught looking for the second out, bringing up the first baseman, Jagger Orman. This game could land up just like the game that the Tigers had over at Marathon, where it was a 1-0 ball game earlier in the season. And the Tigers have had quite a few close games this season. That 1-0 game at Marathon, and the 2-0 game that they lost to here against Auburndale. And then you take a look at the loss they had against Wausau East. That one was played at Wisconsin Rapids. I remember calling that one. And Stratford let that kind of slip away as they lost 6-4 against Wausau East team from the Wisconsin Valley. But you look at this, Stratford has actually had 5 games that they have lost. Well, I shouldn't say lost, but did not play this season because of weather. They had a doubleheader with Ironwood, Michigan. They had a chance to play Loyal, and that was rained out, or even possibly even snowed out, as it was early in April. And you look at Abbotsford Colby, they lost that, and Phillips also. So, yep, there's 5 more games that Stratford should have had this season. The count now is 2-2 to first baseman Jagger Orman. Jagger struck out swinging back in the second inning. Affelbeck from the windup and in the dirt, and works the count now to 3-2 with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Maurer gives them the sign, the windup, and in the dirt, and Maurer will throw it down the first for the out. The Tigers go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 4th, and the score remains 0-0, and is brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
A&B Process Systems has been a proud member of the Stratford community since 1973. You can find your next career in engineering, welding, and more at A&B Process Systems. Our campus also includes our exclusive Factory Acceptance Testing Center with full-service testing capabilities to ensure that your equipment will perform to your expectations. Visit A&B Process Systems on Facebook today for more information.
And we're back here at Stratford, where started the top of the 5th inning, 0-0, and very, very clean ball game and very fast-paced ball game, as the Edgar Wildcats have no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and have left 2 left on base, while the Stratford Tigers have no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and left 2 on base. So very tight ball game, and like I said, when these 2 teams meet, it's a dogfight between the 2. As we've got the grounds crew out there kicking up a little dust and dragging the infield here. Just like the big leagues, they come out, about the 5th, 6th inning, and they'll drag the field. And, hey, nice job by those 3 young gentlemen there. And leading off for the Edgar Wildcats here in the top of the 5th inning will be the 3rd baseman, Sawyer Weiland. Sawyer bounced back to the pitcher back in the 2nd inning as Gage. And a ground ball at 3rd, and a nice stretch by Jagger over there at 1st as Vance Kuhlman came cutting across and threw a little while, but great job by Jagger over at 1st to get the out here in the top of the 5th inning. So we'll mark it 5-3 and 1 down. And the first baseman, Fletcher Weiland. Fletcher struck out back in the 3rd inning as Gage has pitched a very good ball game. Spindler gets Weiland by. Derek didn't put much motion on that out call, so it couldn't really look close. But from up here, it looked like almost a banger. But just get Weiland by, I would say, by a hair. But second out for the Edgar Wildcats. And bringing up the left fielder, Brock Maurer, for the Cats. And he walked last time up. So the Cats have left 2 so far. They've got on base twice on walks, and also the one hit that Josh Affelbeck has. Great pitching performance by Drew Gage. Drew pitched an outstanding ball game also against Auburndale. Lost a 2-0 heartbreaker on 2 unearned runs that Auburndale had. Next pitch comes in by Gage, and it's a call strike. 2-1 count to Brock Maurer. Gage working out of the stretch. Just inside, just missed. Nice northwest breeze coming in. And working another walk is Brock Meyer. Second time he's been on today. And brings up the number 9 hitter, the right fielder, Will Hackle. And it's a nice sizable lead by Maurer over at first. About 3.5, 4 steps from the stretch. Gage throws over. As he faked the throw, but he stepped off the mound first. Now, if he would have faked that and his foot was on the rubber, he had a balk. But he stepped off first and then faked it. And a ground ball. Heading down to third base side for strike 1 for the left-hand hitter, Will Hackle. Nice lead by Maurer at first. Gage with the delivery. Swing and a miss. Knocked down nicely by Brady Berg. Oh, and 2 count on Will Hackle. And the pitch down low. And a throw down to first. And getting back head first is Brock Maurer. Brady's not afraid to throw it down there. He's got the arm for it. Gage gets the sign from Berg from the stretch. And the pitch. And a call, strike 3. As the Edgar Wildcats got a runner on here in the 5th inning, but left them stranded. And after 4.5 innings of play, we still have no score. And this game is brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier. Treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
And we're back here at Stratford. Hey, I want to say John's doing a great job. We had a little technical problems start this game back in the 1st inning. He got us back on the air, and John, great job. Great job today. And that strikeout, I want to mention also, was a Jamie Wenzel strikeout, and called Jamie Wenzel the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration, Surf Pro, like it never happened. Stratford Plumbing and Heating, your comfort and convenience is their top priority to service all brands and do complete furnace and air conditioning installation with professional service to Stratford, Marshfield, and the surrounding areas. Call Stratford Plumbing and Heating today, your home comfort experts. And Phoenix Express LLC can help you with your landscaping. They are proud to be a part of the Stratford community and wish the Stratford Tigers good luck in today's game. Give them a call or find out more at PhoenixExpressLLC.com.
Now up for the Tigers, number 8.
Structures Unlimited, your fabric building specialist, supports the coaches and athletes in today's game. To find out what a fabric building can do for you, visit StructuresUnlimited.com or stop in their office in the Stratford Industrial Park. And leading off for the Stratford Tigers, taking that first pitch high, is the right fielder, Matt Shanefoos. Matt tried to bunt his way on last time up, but was thrown out by the catcher, and a swing and a miss. Where the count now is 1-1. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Afflebeck. And a fly ball. And it's going to drop in there as the Tigers get the leadoff man on as Matt Shanefoos. It's a short fly ball out to center field. And it was kind of in like no man's land out there where nobody could get it. And bringing up now the DH, Christian Ream. Christian flew out to the right fielder back in the 2nd inning. So the Tigers threatening here with the leadoff hitter on at first in Shanefoos. Afflebeck from the stretch and attempting to bunt. And Shanefoos just getting back. Luckily that throw by Maurer from behind the plate was off target a little bit because Shanefoos, I think, was more taking off for second there, figuring that Ream would make contact on that bunt. He wanted to get a jump on that. Afflebeck from the stretch and lays down a dandy. And a sacrifice by Christian Ream. Goes 1-3, sacrificing Matt Shanefoos over to second.
Now batting, number 24, Drew Gage.
As head coach Drew Spaeth thinks it may only be a 1-0 ball game as he gets Shanefoos into scoring position. And bringing up the pitcher, Drew Gage, where he can help himself right here. Drew has pitched an outstanding ball game today, giving up only 1 hit. And Edgar has stranded 3 runners. As Drew checks the swing and getting away on a wild pitch by Afflebeck. It was knocked down, but Maurer could not find it. It went off to his right-hand side. And now Shanefoos goes into third from the wild pitch from Afflebeck. Afflebeck now working out of the windup. And it may be long enough. And dropped by the right fielder, and Shanefoos is going to score. We'll find out what the official scoring will be on that.
I'm not an official scorer.
What'd you give him, though? Did you give him a hit? He had to travel quite a ways. I'm going to give him a hit and an RBI on that.
Now batting, number 21,
Base hit by
Jack
Drew Gage.
Freeman.
Helps his own cause. And so the Tigers get the first run and only run in this ball game. And Gage now at first, bringing up the left fielder, Jack Remus. Safe lead at first, squares around, and laying one down is Remus, and goes foul. Right fielder Will Hackle had to go a long, long way for that, and went right off his glove about, I would say about thigh high, but he had to come a long ways to try and catch that hit out to right field. And a ground ball, and goes past the third baseman, and The Tigers with 3 hits here in the third inning, or excuse me, in the 5th inning. And runners now at first and second with only 1 out.
Next up to the plate.
And now
Jack Tubbs.
the center fielder, Jack Tubbs, leading hitter for the Stratford Tigers. And we're going to have a timeout here as the Edgar coach comes out. And we're going to tell you about Ridgetop Exteriors. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings their top-tier performance to your home, from roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors. Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. And shedsdelivered.com is your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish workers. See their display lots in Marshfield, Medford, and Wisconsin Rapids, and get more information at shedsdelivered.com. And the conference is broken up here, and Jack Tubbs, the batter, and we have runners at first and second here for the Stratford Tigers. And a fly ball out of the park, as they'll have to go quite a ways in order to shag that one. We've got an Edgar player and a little kid, and the little kid says, we'll let him go get it. He's closer to it. And next pitch, down low to Jack Tubbs. Jack has walked in the first and doubled in the third. Now would be a great time for a double by Jack Tubbs to increase this lead for the Stratford Tigers. Affelbeck pitched down low, as Affelbeck pitching very carefully to Jack Tubbs. Both of these players respect each other. They both fine athletes. Affelbeck from the stretch. And a fly ball out to center, and nobody advancing on a play, but a line shot out to center field, out to Ellenbeck for out number 2.
Now batting for the Tigers, number 3.
And
Vance
bringing up the third baseman, Vance Keelman. Vance grounded into a double play in the first and popped out to the second baseman back in the third. Affelbeck from the stretch. And the pitch. And fouls it off. Door Pro Stratford is your complete commercial and residential overhead door sales and service provider. If you need new garage doors or yours isn't working just right and needs an adjustment, stop and see them on Highway 153 just east of Stratford. Give them a call or like them on Facebook. As Vance fouls another one off. Count 0-2 with 2 down here, and the Tigers leading 1-0, scoring that run in the 5th inning here as Gage hit one out to right field to score Shane Foose, and a swing and a miss. And as it was in the dirt, and they were questioning, and the home plate umpire gave the safe sign, which is the right call. And on that, even though first base was occupied, it was with 2 outs. The ball is still alive, and the runner or batter is not out. So you had to make the play at first. So Keelman lands up striking out, but the Tigers come up with 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. After 5 complete innings of play from Tiger Stadium here in Stratford, it's the Stratford Tigers 1 and the Edgar Wildcats 0. And you're watching Merriwood Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by shedsdelivered.com.
Take your education out of the classroom and give new spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
And we're back here at Stratford, where the Tigers get a run here in the bottom of the 5th inning to take a 1-0 lead. Very, very good ball game as the Edgar Wildcats have only one hit. That was Jace Affelbeck's back in the 4th inning. And Tigers now with 5 hits, 1 run. They've stranded 4, while Edgar has stranded 3 in a very fast-paced ball game here. Great pitching duel between Drew Gage and also Jace Affelbeck. So Gage looking very, very impressive pretty much all season long. He's with a 3-1 record. I would say one of the top pitchers in the Merriwood Conference this season. And bringing up, leading off for the Edgar Wildcats will be Lucas Stanke, second baseman. And he fouls the first pitch off. Lucas has walked and was forced out at second in the 1st inning on a double play and grounded out to the second baseman back in the 3rd inning. So he's making an appearance here now in the top of the 6th inning. These two teams will meet each other again on Thursday. And a win here by either one of these teams are going to be giving Auburndale a shot. And striking out is Lucas Stanke, goes down swinging, and that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. And the #2 hitter now is Jace Affelbeck. He's got the only hit for the Edgar Wildcats today. He hit out at second back in the 4th inning. And he fouls the next pitch off. Count now 1-1 with 1 down here in the top of the 6th inning. Gage getting a sign from Berg. And the pitch. And down low. 2-1. Jace Affelbeck. Gage. Low and away. If Stratford wins this, I know Gage will be upset with me if I don't interview him. And fouled off. But he has pitched an outstanding ball game today. Three-two count to Jace Affelbeck, starting pitcher for the Edgar Wildcats. And a pitch by Gage. And a call, strike 3. Caught him looking. And that is strikeout #6. And that's a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. And the center fielder, Dakota Ellenbecker. Dakota is struck out in the 1st and flew out to the left fielder, Jack Remus, back in the 4th inning. First pitch comes in down low for a ball 1. From the stretch. And a ground ball to third. Beautiful play. And a high throw and off the bag. It'll be a throwing error by Kuhlman. He made a nice stab at that, but I felt he had plenty of time. Instead of rushing himself, he's got a good arm.
Out of the plate, #9.
And I didn't think he had to rush himself, but a high throw. And Jager could not hang on to it. So a runner for the Wildcats, a tying run, as Ellenbecker is at first on an error. And the first pitch down low for ball 1. The next time you shop for your insurance, call Brad Krecklau and Ian Pierce, your full-service rural mutual insurance agents in Marshfield. Call 715-384-2826. And a call strike. 1-1 count. Now to Leighton Schott. And gets by Brady, but it's off to Brady's right. Hustles over. Runner Dakota Ellenbecker respects Mr. Berg's arm. Decides to stay at first. Gage from the stretch. And a ground ball. And throws over to Halp at second as Kielman makes a great play. And for out number 3, goes 5-4 for that third out. So, for the Stratford Tigers, or for the Edgar Wildcats, no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. And after 5.5 innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 1 and the Edgar Wildcats nothing.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
And we're back here at Stratford, and I'm just looking to see. I'm going to try to pick up what the Auburndale Marathon game is. The other big key game here in the Marywood Conference. And leading off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 6th inning will be the shortstop, Riley Spiller. Riley 1 for 2 on the day with a stolen base. And they have a barn burner going on in Auburndale also, as they are in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they are tied at 1 in that contest in the bottom of the 6th inning. So an Auburndale loss and a win by either one of these teams will just tighten up this conference just considerably. And as I mentioned, Edgar will be taking on Stratford on Thursday, and Stratford will be going to Auburndale on Friday. And that Friday game, I know for sure will be on Zaleski Sports, as I will be covering that. And on Thursday, I am covering the Auburndale Marathon game. So they've got a dandy going on at Marathon with 1-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Riley's worked the count to 3-1 here. And down low, and Riley, leadoff hitter, gets on for the Tigers. And bringing up the catcher, Brady Berg.
Number 4, Brady Berg.
As we'll see if Coach Gage decides to run Spindler, as Spindler's already got 1 stolen base. Try to get him in scoring position for a little insurance for Drew Gage, who's pitched an outstanding ball game today. Open stands by Berg. As Brady, I think he kind of telegraphed that he was going to bunt, and all of a sudden Affelbeck steps back off the rubber. So they figure, as Brady's moving his hands all over the place there, and decides, no, we're going to swing away. Ground ball to second, and Spindler makes it to second, and Stanke throws out Brady Berg from second base for the first out, and advancing to second on that is Riley Spindler. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Jagger Orman now up. Jagger has struck out twice today, so for 2. And shot down the right field line, but foul. That would have been a great opportunity to Spindler score if that would have been fair. But all it is just a kind of a long strike. So 0-1 count with one down. Afflebeck from the stretch. Takes a look at Spindler at second. And the pitch. And inside for ball one. You know, when you have days like this, you almost want to play two games. You know, as Ernie Banks, it's such a beautiful day. Let's play two. But so 2-1 count to Jagger Orman, Stratford Tigers first baseman. Afflebeck from the stretch takes a look at Spindler. And a fly ball. And it's over his head and all the way to the wall. Spindler will score. And going into second, standing up. And a play at the plate, very close. But Spindler just getting in there to get that second run. But an RBI double by Jagger Orman. In fact, the way Jagger put his bat down, he kind of slammed it into the ground. He thought it was, my gosh, it's a bad, you know, I flew out, but it got over the head of the right fielder and lands up with a double, an RBI double, as Spindler made it close at home plate as the tag was just late. And a call strike to Matt Shanefoos. Matt is 1 for 2 on the day. So the Tigers pick up their 6th hit of the day. And an insurance run for Drew Gage. And getting back into the batter's box with a 1-1 count is Matt Shanefoos, Stratford right fielder, who is 1 for 2 on the day, as he had and struck out looking, and that's the second out.
Next to the plate, number 11.
So Orman still at second with 2 down, and bringing up the DH, Christian Ream. Christian is 0 for 1. He flew out to right field and had a sacrifice bunt back in the 5th inning. And the first pitch comes in for a call strike. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need. All the lowest prices. That's Fleet Farm in Marshfield. And the count now 0-2 to Christian Ream. Tigers leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And fouling off is Christian Ream. And an update in the bottom of the 6th inning. Marathon has scored a run and leads Auburndale now 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 outs. So with a Marathon win, they could be the spoilers in this conference. Fly ball. And coming in to make the catch is the right fielder, Will Hackle, for out number 3. But the Tigers come up with 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left after 6 complete innings of play. It's the Stratford Tigers 2 and the Edgar Wildcats nothing. And you're watching Merriwood Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe.
And we're back here at Stratford, where it's the top of the 7th inning. And Stratford leading 2-0. And Edgar bringing up their last chance here in the top of the 7th inning. will lead off with catcher Gavin Maurer, followed by Sawyer Weiland, and then the first baseman Fletcher Weiland. So kind of the middle of the batting order for the Edgar Wildcats. As we may have two players of the game, I think, today. I think I'm going to have Jagger and also Drew as players of the ball game. A big insurance run for the Stratford Tigers there in the 7th inning. As Drew Gage still on the mound, pitching an outstanding ball game. He has pitched 6 innings, struck out 6, and walked 3. And giving up no runs, and like I said, it's only 1 hit. So an outstanding ball game by Drew Gage. In fact, I think back in that Auburndale game, he only gave up like 2 or 3 hits also. So his ERA is at 0, and he's actually showing it right now. So as correction, that I think that is Brady Berg actually on the mound right now, pitching for Stratford, coming in to get the save. As Brady Berg does have 1 save on the season. Very good control. And down low. Now catching would be Orman. And ball 4 as Gavin Maurer works a walk on Brady Berg.
Number 23, Sawyer Weiland.
And bringing up is Sawyer Weiland. He grounded to the pitcher and the third baseman in today's contest. Berg out of the stretch and the pitch. And a call strike right at the letters. That is now that walk was actually the 4th walk the Tigers have given today. As Orman is catching behind the plate. And a throw over to first. And at first base now is, I'm thinking that would be Aschenbrenner, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. Aschenbrenner at first. And a call strike. 1-2 count. On Weiland. And getting away from Orman. And going to second is Maurer. Two and 2 count to Sawyer Weiland, the third baseman. Berg from the stretch and the pitch. And fouling it off, out of play. And the ball's back in play now. Berg. Pitch up high. As works the count to 3-2 with first base open. Berg getting a sign from Jagger. And the pitch. And fouled it off, staying alive. As Aschenbrenner will go into Gage's position. as throw to second. And getting back in time is Gavin Maurer, who got on base with a walk and advanced to second on a pass ball. Nobody out. And a swing and a miss and a high fastball from Brady Berg. And that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice of cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. Attention Stratford area residents, Country Wireless now has blazing fast service for your connected house. Streaming, gaming, movies, TV, and more is now better than ever with Country Wireless. With download speeds of up to 100 megabytes per second. Now is the time to visit countrywireless.com and get blazing fast internet with Country Wireless. As we're having a conference out on the mound and at home plate here, as Coach Spieth breaks up, and they break it up here at the plate. And Fletcher Weiland now batting. He struck out and grounded out to the shortstop. 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. And coming up after this ball game will be the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. And a ground ball to Haupt. Haupt charges, throws over to first in time to Aschenbrenner for out number 2. And advancing to third is Maurer. And the tying run comes to the plate. And Brooke Maurer.
Number 4, Brock Maurer.
Take the first step to building your customized home with Stratford Homes. Visit stratfordhomes.com to see the floor plans, schedule a tour, or begin the design of your new customized home. From Stratford Homes, visit stratfordhomes.com today and get started. And a call strike to Brooke Meyer. Brooke has been on base twice today, as both times he walked. He's got 2 of the 4 walks that Gage gave up. Next pitch is high with a fastball. Berg looking into the sign from Orman. From the stretch, and the pitch. Just missed inside. Well, the breaking ball. We've got a 2-1 count. Brock knows the zone very well and fouls it off. 2-2 count. As the Tigers are 1 strike away of getting their 8th overall win and 5th in the conference. Berg from the stretch and upstairs. 3-2 count to Brock Maurer. Berg from the stretch. And foul ball down the right field side, off the fence. And the coach is going to run down and get that. Right now is the closest Edgar has come to scoring, as Maurer is the only player to reach third base in this contest for the Edgar Wildcats. Berg working from the stretch, and the pitch. And a call, strike 3, and that's the ball game. As Brady Berg comes in and strikes out Brock Maurer for his 2nd strikeout, and Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel for the #1 choice of cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. And the Tigers picks up their 5th conference win. Now 5-1 in the conference, 8-2 overall, while the Edgar Wildcats go to 5-2 in the conference and 10-4 overall. A great ball game, and you're going to see another great ball game on Thursday when these 2 teams collide again. And like I said, the conference is going to be wide open. In fact, the last I saw, the Auburndale Marathon game It was 2-1 marathon, and so if Auburndale loses, Stratford will move into actually a tie with Auburndale, and so it's going to be tooth and nails for the next 2 weeks or week and a half with these teams. So coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. And we'll be right back with Coach Drew Spaeth and also players of the game. I'm looking at possibly Drew Gage and also Jager Orman, who had that big double to put a little insurance run on there for the Stratford Tigers. So we'll be back in just a bit, and it's been brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Have you outgrown your old furniture? Well, I can relate. Then get into Mall Furniture today.
We are never short on inventory, and we are never short on bringing you great deals.
Living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, recliners, lift chairs, and big clearance recliners. Head to Mall, because we got them all.
Mall Furniture and Mattress, West 9th Street, Marshfield.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for. Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
Should have been caught, but you didn't win.
And we're back here at Stratford Stadium here, where a great win by the Stratford Tigers as they come away with a 2-0 win. Drew, you've been in a lot of close ball games the last week or so. You know, Marathon was 1-0, and you lose to Auburndale 2-0. Now win 2-0, but your team has kept their composure and come away with a big win. Of course, Drew pitched an outstanding ball game. In fact, the last couple times out, he's pitched an outstanding ball game. So you guys come up with the big hits when you had to.
Yeah, you know, we talk about mental toughness the whole year, whether it's the fall sports, the winter sports, or the spring sports. If we can stay mentally tough, I think we're going to give ourselves a chance to win. And doing so tonight, I thought Drew pitched a phenomenal game and gave our guys a chance to win. And with that situational hitting, that bunt by Christian Ream, and then that little hit and run by Brady Berg to get those guys over. It might not go down as a hit, but those two plays, I think, won us the game offensively. If it wasn't for them, we still might be struggling to get a run. So all-around team effort, really proud of the boys.
Yeah, it was a solid ball game. I mean, I looked, and we were going into the fourth inning, and we weren't even a half hour old. It was moving right along. Everybody was up there swinging, and a great defensive game. In fact, really only one error in the ball game, but both teams had played outstanding defense today.
Yeah, you know, Edgar's a really good, solid baseball team. They got a ton of solid players, and I think that kind of goes with their conversation we've had a couple times, is I think this conference is one of the best ones around, and every game you know you're going to get a fight. And if we can get our guys to give us a chance on the mound, you know that's really all we can ask, and get a little bit of timely hitting, and we were lucky enough to pull out with the win tonight.
Well, you know, right now you're pretty much, I'm not going to say the driver's seat, but a big loss by Auburndale today, 3-1 against Marathon. And so that really tightens the race up here in the Marywood Conference, and it's going to go down for the next week and a half because it's going to be head-to-head against the contenders.
Yeah, you know, this is going to be a fun battle. Like I said, I think the Marywood Conference baseball doesn't get as much credit as sometimes it does just due to other sports. But this is an unbelievably tough conference with unbelievably tough teams, players, and coaches from, like I said, our whole conference. And it's going to be a fun fight till the end. And, you know, I'm hoping that our guys continue to work hard in practice to give ourselves a chance. But the biggest thing we talk about is take it one day at a time and enjoy the battle that we're going on. It's not always the end picture. It's enjoying the ride and the fight that these boys have been putting in.
Well, I'm going to be over at Auburndale with the Marathon Auburndale game on Thursday, but I'll see you guys against Auburndale on Friday night. I'll be calling that one, so it's going to be a dandy, and I think there won't be anybody left in Stratford. They're going to be all over at Auburndale Friday night, and then a fish fry later on maybe. So, but it's going to be a dogfight, like you said.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys later.
All right, you betcha. And we're going to have our two players of the game here. I'm going to go with Jagger first. Because, you know, they always, come on, you can come down, Drew. They always say, you save the best to last, but now, Drew, nice job coming in working at first and also catching when Brady's pitching. But I thought you seemed a little upset on that fly ball out the right field. You thought it was maybe going to be caught. And next thing you know, you land up with an insurance run double there. So what was going through your head on there?
I just hit it, and then thought it was going to be caught, but I just ran anyways.
All right. So, yeah, a great win. And as I mentioned to Coach, Marathon landed up beating Auburndale 3-1. And so it's going to be a dogfight right down to the end, I think, right down to the end of the season here.
Yeah, I think we can beat Edgar again on Thursday. And if we beat Auburndale on Friday, then I think we got a pretty good shot at winning conference. by ourselves.
All right.
So,
well, I'm going to grab Drew in here a little bit, and you just stick around. We're going to put you in the house yet. And Drew, come on over here. And this is the second time I've had you now this year. Yeah. But a great outing. You've had some great outings. You go back to the Auburndale game. You had a great outing. Marathon, you had a great outing. I mean, you're showing you are the number one pitcher on this ball club. And you're going now 4-1 overall, and just having an outstanding season.
Yeah, thank you. It's going good.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both of you guys in the house here, and I'm going to cut them down, and you guys do your thing.
You want me to go first?
Sure.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Drew Gage.
I'm Jay Gorman.
And we're in the house.
Thanks, gentlemen. Good luck on Thursday. And again, a big win for the Stratford Tigers as great pitching outing by Drew Gage. Giving up only 1 hit and striking out 6, and I think walking 3. But a great outing by Drew, and big key hits to get those 2 runs for the Stratford Tigers. And now they'll play now Thursday at Edgar. It'll be a battle over there also, and then a big one on Friday with the Auburndale Eagles. So for John, I'm Mike Steinwagner, and you all have a nice evening. Bye now.